Hey guys, welcome back to the PaynePoints mini podcast. And this is Sarah Harbuck, your host. And with me today is Bob Harbuck. Thank you, Bob, for coming on this morning and talking with us for a minute. So why don't you tell everybody a little about yourself real quick? You were on our podcast a while back, the longer format one. But for those who didn't see that one or hear that one, give everybody a little rundown.
Okay, I'm 68 years old and been married 46 years to my wife, Mary Ann. We have 8 children, 7 boys and 1 girl. They're all grown and gone out into the big bad world, and have 12 grandchildren. So it gets pretty busy around here at holidays and such.
Yeah, we got a bit of a tribe, don't we? Tell everybody what you do for a living.
Well, I've done a lot of things over the years, but the most consistent thing I do is I design wastewater systems for homes and businesses, small businesses, RV parks, things like that, restaurants out in the counties where there's no centralized sewer. So I'm the guy that goes out there and evaluates the site and then draws a drawing of the wastewater system so that it can be approved and put in, and you can then forget about it and go on and live your life.
Well, if anybody wants to hear more about that, he was a guest on our longer format podcast, and you can go on our website and check that out. It was a really great story. So yeah. Bob, when you were a kid, what was the thing you wanted to do most? What was your dream job? Oh, I have a kitty.
Well, this is going to surprise you, but when I was young, I wanted to be a fire truck. No, not a fireman. Not a fireman, a fire truck. Come on now.
That sounds way cooler, actually.
I actually got a little fire truck for Christmas one time. It was really, really good. I wanted to be a fire truck. Doggone it.
Well, I think that's great. What do you do to kind of start your day in a positive frame of mind and get you? I've got a cat.
You're being attacked by a cat.
I am being attacked by a cat. He wants to hug and play, and he doesn't understand technology. So what do you do to start your day off in a good frame of mind?
Well, I get up and do my stretches because at my age, that helps. And but to answer that, really don't have a formula, but there's a little story about this robust monk. You can picture him as a kind of a big fellow. And he would get up every morning and throw the shutters open and let out this huge belly laugh that would echo all through the monastery. And then he would shout, "What have you got for me today?" So I try to maintain that attitude, like, hey, just throw open the doors and, okay, I'm ready. Apparently, I've been given the gift of a new day, so I'm going to spend it well.
And take life as it comes, right?
Yeah, because, no matter what you do, it's coming.
Yeah. Do you have any songs that you put on when you need to get into a better headspace or to energize you or motivate you?
Well, I don't really put on songs. I sing them.
Okay. What do you sing?
They start appearing in my head. And, one of the ones that consistently comes up is John Denver's "Sunshine on My Shoulders." That's just a beautiful song that even when it's rainy, it's calling for brighter days, brighter times, sunshine makes me happy. Sometimes sunshine makes me cry. So, I love his work.
Yeah, he's a soothing soul. I like listening.
I'm from that generation,
Yeah. Do you have a favorite inspiring quote that gives you joy or gives you peace or any of those
Two
things?
short ones, okay? Instead
Okay.
of one long one. This is from my son, Sam. When I start to go on about spiritual things too long, he says, Dad, everybody has to be somewhere doing something. And that pretty well shuts me up. Everyone has to be somewhere doing something.
Wise words. Yes.
Yes, I mean, like, be present to where you are and quit going out there in la la land. Just be there. The other one is from my yoga teacher, Jackie. She says, listen to the wisdom of your body. She says that maybe 10 times during an hour session.
Wow.
Listen to the wisdom of your body. And I've ignored that most of my life, but I'm getting better at it. Like, I'm tired. I don't need to go there. I don't need to go or drive a car or something, or I need to walk in the woods, or I need to rest, or I need to do something, Listen to your body has a wisdom that it's learned all your life. Are you listening?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not as old as you, but I'm starting to get to that place where I'm having to kind of have to do that a little bit more than I used to.
Yeah, you start to pick up something real heavy, your body says, no, who do you think you are? You think you're 20 years old? Not listening, though. Then you get the backache.
Yep. Yep. And you've had a little bit of issue with that lately, so don't do that.
Yeah, I know about lower back stuff.
Yep. Well, I know that you're of the older generation, more wise and sage. And so social media is not really something you guys do like the younger kids, but do you have any social media accounts that you follow on any platform that really inspire you on a daily basis or that you get some wisdom from?
Sarah, I'm just glad you didn't say, name 3 social media things. I'd go.
I'm
Facebook,
trying to gear it to your age range.
I would fail that test. Like, what is it? TikTok and Polylock and
yeah, TikTok.
No, let's don't go there. Okay, so I like to listen to a guy named Jordan Peterson, psychologist out of Canada. He's an older guy like me, and he's a very intellectual person. So he thinks out loud, and it's very somehow calming to watch him in his videos go through very difficult, complicated problems, and out loud, as you're thinking, he'll just go here and go there. And he's a very humble man, and, he tears up a lot. And so anyway, he comes to mind. He's one of the people that I listen to every once in a while and enjoy and get something from.
I've listened to some of his, not debates, but like discussions. He'll have like a sit down discussion with other people on a panel. And I've always kind of thought he had this very calming sort of way about him. And so I can definitely see how he's the thinking out loud thing that you were talking about. So yeah, I get that. Is there anybody else that you gravitate towards?
Well, I follow a guy named Robert Saltzman. Robert was a photographer, very good photographer, and he became a psychologist. And he has some stuff on Facebook and on YouTube. And, he's one of these very clear guys that simplifies things and doesn't make them too complicated, and helps you see through spiritual mumbo jumbo and get to a kind of a reality check about what life is, what you're seeing. And so, yeah, his name is Robert Saltzman. So,
yeah, I think you've mentioned him to me before, asking if I had seen any of his photography. So
yeah, he wrote a couple of really good books. One's called The 10,000 Things, and then the other one, I don't remember the name of it, but if you look him up, you might be encouraged.
Good deal. Well, I know you're older, and so maybe role models or mentors are not really your thing anymore. I know you are a big reader, and you read a lot of books. So does anybody fit into that category for you? Is there an author that you're really, besides the people you've already mentioned, that you're really, that's really finding some wisdom from right now?
Yeah, both of those would hit that category. They're both authors also, and role models. I don't know. I guess so.
Yeah, it tends to be something we have when we're younger, I think. So, be your own role model at this stage in life, right?
Yeah, but I've been terribly helped by people along the way,
Sure.
In every phase, of life. So I could probably mention Richard Rohr, Rohr. He's written a lot of books, and he's helped me think through a lot of things. One of his things, which is not original with him, but is the kind of the idea of the first and second half of life. That the first half of life, you're like climbing this mountain or ladder. You're going up like an arc. You're climbing that hill, and it's pretty busy. You don't have a lot of time to think deeply, I don't think. You're getting married, you're getting educated, you're going to work. So then you get to midlife, and then so the first half of life is a climb where you're adding, and then the second half of life is a decline. We don't like to hear that, do we? We don't like to deal with that, but that's part of the reality, is that the second half of life is actually letting go of things, traveling more lightly. You can't carry all that stuff with you. It's not like you're getting rid of important things, but you are becoming more simplified in the second half of life. So first and second half of life, he's written about that. That was very helpful to me and continues to be helpful to me.
Well, that's an interesting answer to segue into my last question, which is, what advice would you give to your younger self if you could talk to him right now?
Grab myself, Bob, pay attention.
Yeah.
Wake up, man. No. Hopefully I would be a lot more kind and tender to Bob. But yeah, I think I would say, try, remember, you're climbing that hill, and for me, you just feel like you're behind when you're young. To me, I did. I'm always out of step, trying to find my place in the world. And, I wish I would have had a real good mentor back that time, and say, look, are you alive? Yes. Then you have your place in the world. Calm down, relax, enjoy it. Don't worry so much about making mistakes. Develop your curiosity, about things. You in the first half of life, everybody's handing you something, but what do you really like? I think I would say, try to get quicker to your own likes and dislikes and your own things that you're interested in, and instead of having to deal with everything your parents say you need to be this, your teachers say you need to be this, the preacher says you need to be this, your boss says you need to be this. And so for a lot of us with a certain personality, we take all that on. It takes us almost a lifetime to get rid of it and kind of get down to the core again, like, hey, who do I want to be? What do I want to do? And so I would say, hey, try to get to that quicker, this time. Be more curious and keep asking yourself, what's important to you? And that's not selfish. That's not narcissism. That's an important question. What's really important to you? I know all these things that are important to everybody else and to the world, but what's important to you? And it seems like this pandemic is really asking that again of us. what's important to us. Is it really making a buck? Is it really working 60 hours a week? Is that what's really important to us? Man, if it is, go for it. But that's not my answer to that question. What's really important? Family. You have to answer that personally yourself. So even when I was young, and still now that I'm 68, still answering that question. What's important to me? What's valuable? I only have so much time. How am I going to spend it?
Well, I think that's a fantastic answer given the current times we're in. Everybody just kind of take a chill and what's important and ask ourselves that and then, go about working on it. So, well, Bob, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down and chat with me. It's always interesting talking with you and hearing your answers and all the little tidbits of wisdom that you impart to everybody every day. So thank you so much. Guys, thank you for tuning in. You can see all of our past episodes and listen to them on our website at PaynePoints.com. We hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.